looking heavenward. What is the weather going to be doing? I've heard rumours that there is a heat wave, some record high temperatures, well, some very high temperatures at least, coming to the east coast of the North Island. And, somebody who's heading there to check them out in person, Philip Duncan from weatherwatch.co.nz joins us. Philip, kia ora.
Yeah, kia ora. Hello, nice to be with you again. Yeah, I'm going to be in Hawke's Bay by the end of today, which is going to be of all the days to go there, the day that it's going to be up into the possibly into the 30s. So, welcome to late spring.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so the rumours are true. Then you not only you're going to confirm these, but you're going to check it out for yourself. Roving weather reporter. I'm sure you've got other reasons for going to Napier, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, got to keep the business afloat, basically. Other things with commercial commitments, but it's interesting timing to be there though on a day where the temperatures are rocketing up, and a heat wave is actually 5 days in a row above 5 degrees above the normal temperature. So this is not a heat wave. It's just a burst of heat and above normal temperatures. And so whether that breaks records or not, we've sometimes got up to 30 degrees in September in this country. So we can get a hot nor'wester out of Australia, heat off that hot continent, comes straight on and goes over the mountains. And as it does that, as it drops down the mountains, that lowering of air pressure means that it starts to heat up. And so to get 30 degrees is not out of the ordinary at this time of the year, but you never know. If it goes up and up and up, it can certainly challenge records.
So, I mean, that's all very well if you are on the east coast of the North Island, but are they going to be sharing? Is this heat wave going to mean that it's perhaps slightly warmer for the rest of us, or not so much?
Yeah, a little bit warmer. I mean, we're getting complaints in Auckland. I mean, what's new? About the cloudy weather, and there'll be parts of Waikato and parts of Northland and Taranaki that have also had cloud. There'll be other regions I've missed out, sorry. But yeah, a lot of cloud coming off the Tasman. When you get high pressure in November, when you get slow moving weather systems, you get these kind of like mild days, quite warm days. The nights are mild, but the sea is still quite cold. And so you've got these different temperatures and it produces cloud and it ends up with no wind to blow it away. So that can make it cooler, even though the nights are quite warm. I've been using my air conditioning the last couple of nights. So it feels like summer to me. But then daytime, if it's cloudy like it's been today, I mean, it's mild. If you're working outside, you'll feel it. But if you're inside, just sitting inside working, it's not necessarily summer-like yet.
No, not quite. Although it's not quite summer yet. This weekend, though, the changing of the months, the changing of the seasons. We talked last time about how it might not be that dramatic, but does what's happening in the east coast of the South Island give us hope? Is it going to be a heat wave summer?
It could be, in the sense of we're forecasting at WeatherWatch, and had been doing so since August. We've been forecasting that spring will continue into December this year. Now, 30% of your listeners will already be sort of questioning whether spring starts this weekend. They'll be thinking, no, wait, it's on the longest day of the year, still 3 more weeks away. That's true as well. But as meteorologists, we go with December 1st just to make it cleaner and easier. But basically, we get at this time of the year a lot of westerlies blowing in. And so our weather is going to be a mixture of what we've had in November, and obviously with the longer days, longest day is still just under a month away. It means that the temperatures are going up. So this could be a summer where if the wind's blowing off the Tasman or if it's blowing off the Southern Ocean, it's kind of cold. It feels like spring. It's not very good. It's too windy. And then if it tilts more northwest and comes out of Australia, suddenly it's like 38 degrees and literally 38 degrees.
Wow.
We could get up to that, but it's got to be all lined up right. It's got to come out of Australia for that to happen too.
So the calendar page may be changing over the weekend, but not necessarily the weather. November's going to be taking over most of December, and it may still be hanging around in Christmas. Is that too harsh?
So basically, it looks as though the first half of December will be a lot like the last 2 weeks of November. Still cold fronts coming into the South Island, still wet weather on the west coast, and a little bit of wet weather into Southland. But the good news is there are more days with dry for Southland and more warm days like today as well. That changes though tomorrow. So you'll be seeing the first half of this month a bit more like spring,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a chance that we could be seeing more subtropical weather coming through. Most of our weather is being dominated by storms in the Southern Ocean. So if I was to sort of tell you from a gut instinct how much of our weather is being driven from there, I would say 70, 80%.
Okay.
You look at the tropics, 0% of their weather is affecting us, but we're going into the wet season. There's this chatter about La Nina, which, it's been around all year, but we're getting to that time of year where you never know what could drop out of the north.
Yeah, what do we get for Christmas? La Nina, which is kind of it's kind of a Christmassy thing, really, isn't it? The whole El Nino, La Nina. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Obviously, Hawke's Bay, the place to be over the next few days at least. Generally, though, a reasonably good weekend. Phil, what's our hopes and expectations?
It's not too bad, actually. We've got high pressure rolling in. So we've got to keep it simple, today's the windy nor'west day across the country where it's hot in the east, it's cloudy and mild in the west, and the cold front arrives in the lower part of the South Island later today and tonight. So it might already be arriving. Comes in and then we get the temperature drop. So once we've got that, Friday kicks off colder, but high pressure's rolling in. So the showers that'll be lying around central parts of New Zealand, they fade away, hopefully. But it could be a bit cloudy. High pressure rolls in over Saturday and Sunday. So we kick off the last day of November, the first day of December with high pressure, but there are going to be showers around the top half of the North Island, one or two isolated ones that might be heavy inland around the ranges, kind of a typical setup with high pressure sometimes. And then by the time we get to Monday, the high is already drifting away. And by Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back to windy westerlies.
There we go. November's been extended by a couple of weeks at least. Phil, thank you for what you do, and encourage people to check out what you have to offer at weatherwatch.co.nz, including the app, which is available as a free download. Thanks for what you do. All the best for your excursion to Napier. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.